Hi everyone, welcome back to the Controversial Podcast. In today's episode, we'll be talking about the Helen Zell and Anele interview. We'll be reacting on Anele and Helen Zell interview where she was interviewed as a mayoral candidate in Johannesburg.
And Cape Town has one of the lowest wastages of water in the world.
You're
One
right.
of the lowest. Joburg loses 46% of its water, almost 50%.
Cape Town is a great example
Yes.
of a well-run.
So that is
what about
what a local
Tshwane
government
and
has
what
to
about
do.
Nelson Mandela Bay? Are they as well-run as Cape Town?
Of course not, because it hasn't had the DA government for 20 years. That's the point.
So you're saying that
When you've had the DA government for 20 years,
Helen.
you have a good place. I'm telling you the truth. You can say, oh, Helen, all you like, because I'm not playing your ideological games here. I'm talking about service delivery on the ground, which is what local government is about.
okay.
Bottom line. And to answer I'm answering still your callers, because they're asking the good questions here.
You don't have to insult us into like
You're insulting
into putting
me,
us back.
I will
No,
insult
we're
you.
asking you good questions. We didn't insult you once. We're asking you good
I
questions.
want to tell
you don't
you,
have to get
if you
defensive.
want- I'm
you
not
don't have to get.
defensive,
You
I'm on the
are.
attack.
You
I'm on the
are.
attack.
Because the first insult
I'm
here
on
that
the
was
attack.
thrown was that none of us in this studio are asking good questions.
Well, you
You
aren't.
don't have to.
That's a fact.
This is going to be a
You don't have to be
partnership.
insulted
You
by the
don't have. This
facts.
is going to be a partnership. We run Joburg as well as you are going to.
You run Joburg.
Yes, we do. We come
run
here.
your studio.
Yes, that's what we're doing, Helen. If you win, we're going to be in a partnership because this is the platform that you are going to use to communicate a lot of times. So you don't have to come and insult us. Just you can don't be snarky about it. Still answer.
Let
No
me
one here
tell
was
you,
snarky.
if
We
you
welcome you
insult
in,
me,
and we're great.
I will give as good as I get, and you have to understand
When
that.
did we insult you, my
With
dear?
every single sideswipe question.
No, we asked you
Right.
questions.
Let me
valid
answer your
questions.
listeners. No one's interested
So
in
flustered.
you here.
But
They're
you
interested
came
in the
here,
answers to my questions.
Helen, you came
I can also
here.
leave.
Okay,
but I
you
want to answer your
can.
listeners. Okay. Now I'm going to answer your listeners. We will start.
I have watched that interview. I feel like they were both emotional. Anele was so emotional. Same thing with Helen Zell. She was very emotional and defensive, of which I get it though. When someone is attacking you with questions, you will be defensive, right? But in my take, Anele Mdoda was asking right questions. How is it possible that the Western Cape is well run, yet they have Guguletu, they've got Nyanga townships. I'm talking about areas where colored people live. They've got Cape Flats where colors are deleted daily. We've seen the news. Western Cape is not so great, especially where black people live. I feel like Helen Zell failed to address those issues without being defensive, without being condescending. We all want to know, why can't they govern better to places where black people are residing or where colors are residing? It's something that we all want to know, because Cape Town is very beautiful. It's clean. Why Stellenbosch municipalities are doing great? It's not like the DA is completely innocent here. We've seen what happened, I think it was 2 years ago, 1 year ago, where the flat that they were building collapsed. I'm talking about the flat that was built in George. People died there. Some of them were illegal foreigners. What really happened there? Even though it was a private construction, but the municipalities have their own municipal laws in order to make sure that they are building sustainable infrastructure. We have to talk about safety measures there. What will she do about illegal foreigners? I mean, her party was very angry about Operation Tudula, where they were blocking illegal foreigners to access public health care, and they even spoke about blocking illegal learners. They said they will block learners who are not illegal in South Africa. They want to make sure that all South Africans are considered before they even think about legal foreigners who are actually here legal. So you can see that the DA is also promoting the illegal activities. I mean, what do you mean when somebody is here illegal? Tell us about the constitution. I have not seen a damn thing that says everybody has a right in South Africa, even though they're illegal. Yes, they deserve to be here. If you are illegal in this country, you're supposed to be deported. You're supposed to go to jail because you have committed a crime. Being illegal in a country, you have committed a crime. Nobody said America is xenophobic when they were deporting illegal aliens. Nobody said so. Why? You all are scared of Donald Trump, but here in South Africa, you've got rights. You all are using our constitution against South Africans. What do you expect South Africans to do? I heard when Anele was asking her about Hillbrow, especially where the illegal foreigners, especially where there's a lot of illegal aliens. Helen Zille said, I'll speak to Leon Schreiber and see what we can do. Why didn't she be honest and say, you know what, I'm going to legalize these people because I want cheap labor. I want to do away with labor laws. I want to shy away from that. I'm looking for slaves. In particular, I'm not looking to compensate people fairly and give them their rights. No, we don't want that. We don't want that as a DA. We're just going to legalize these people so that we can exploit them. Because this is what they did in George, apparently. I mean, we've seen in the news, the people that were unalived in that building, most of them were illegal foreigners. Some of them were even afraid to speak on the media because they are illegal, because their relatives were legal or something like that. So you cannot tell me that Helen Zille is the best candidate for Johannesburg. No, you cannot actually tell me that. I do not believe in that nonsense because I remember Johan Rupert spoke about crime that is happening in Western Cape. He mentioned Cape Flats. He said there's crime in Western Cape. I'm talking about the meeting that he had with President Cyril Ramaphosa and Donald Trump. He spoke about crime. He spoke about illegal foreigners. DA is not even interested in addressing those issues. Yet there she is in Johannesburg. She wants to be a mayor. I'm talking about the people who are hijacking the buildings of Johannesburg. Hillbrow is so foreign to us. We can no longer go there because it's not safe. So I don't think Helen Zille is the best candidate. In my opinion, I don't think she's the best mayoral candidate in Johannesburg. But they are doing better. We cannot lie. They are doing better than the ANC. The only thing that she was interested in speaking about in that interview was she wanted to paint ANC as bad guys, talking about the very same ANC that she's governing with in the government of national unity. Let's talk about the hypocrisy behavior. She also stated that everybody is corrupt in the African National Congress, but why are you governing with these people? Why did you partner with them in the government of national unity if they are so corrupt? When Anele asked her about the corruption that is happening in the Democratic Alliance, she said no, it's just allegations. That is not true. They are trying to dismiss Mkhwanazi. We've seen what the media is trying to do with the provincial commissioner of KwaZulu-Natal, Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi. They are saying there's no evidence, there's no hard proof. They are trying to paint him as a bad person. Even though he came with proof, they are saying just baseless allegations. How can you say so? He told us about Shadrach Sibiya. Even Fani Masemula is speaking about those people, and they are so corrupt. They are working with criminals. I'm talking about the likes of Matlala. For me, I saw Helen Zille trying to defend herself there. She was very defensive. Instead of responding what Anele was asking, these are the issues that we have a problem with. Even white people are complaining in Western Cape. Some of them can no longer afford the houses. They can't afford to buy properties because properties are way too expensive because of foreign nationals. I'm just going to put this clip to prove what I'm trying to say.
Cape Town is under an occupation, but not with tanks and guns, rather with property deeds and foreign bank transfers. This is the invincible occupation. In 2025 alone, foreign nationals dropped over 1 billion rand on Cape Town real estate, making up close to 40% of sales in prime hotspots like the Atlantic Seaboard, Constantia, City Bowl, and even Boerkaap, where culture is being thrown out and turned into a postcard. South Africans who build immense wealth eventually sell out, and who can pay 20 million rand cash. Not your neighbor, not your worker, but the Brit, the German, and the Swiss investor. Cape Town is not a city anymore. It's a monopoly board where locals don't get to roll the dice. Communities are stripped, culture becomes a decoration, and the city itself is reduced to a mere investment portfolio for elites who don't share our history, our struggles, or our values. And don't be surprised if in 20 years, buyers backed by people like Phil Craig claim Cape independence. They'll say, we built this, we own this, and we have a right to secede. This is the end game of the invincible occupation.
For me, that's my opinion. I'm not convinced about Helen Zell. Yeah, she will do better maybe in Sentin and other places, but that doesn't mean that there will be no corruption or whatsoever. Yes, I agree with her. She will do better where white people live. What's going to happen to Soweto people? What's going to happen to Tembisa people? What's going to happen to Deep Sloot people? All those townships, what's going to happen to them because they have an issue of illegal foreigners? What will she do about it? She'll do absolutely nothing. We've got a DA minister there at Home Affairs. That minister is also useless because we're still having an issue of illegal immigrants, but he's there as a minister of Home Affairs. There's still corruption in Home Affairs till this date. What are you doing, Leon Scriba there? What are you really doing? I mean, DA is not taking black people serious. I remember this other mayor, I think it was Campbell. I forgot her name. There was a strike in Tembisa. I remember when she was asked when she went there, she said, I'm too busy. They shouldn't be striking. I can't remember what they were striking about, water or electricity, somewhere in Tembisa. She cannot come here and attend this nonsense. So I don't think DA is going to be good for Johannesburg because they always play this race card, whether we like it or not. PA, I don't think these are the parties you want them there to govern because they love playing the race card. I don't think so. Maybe the Action SA might do better. We've seen what they've done in Pretoria. I mean, they're taking care of the city. We've seen the city of Tshwane is doing well at the moment. We've seen what they are doing in townships. So I think maybe Action might do a better job because they don't want illegal activities. They don't want illegal foreigners. Maybe they might solve the problem, but I don't know. Hey, please let me know on the comment section. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Let's not be emotional, just like Helen and Anele. Let's be professional. Let's build a community that is very respectful. Yeah, bye. See you on the next